Hey, I'm Matt with Idea Egress, and I'm here to show you, just in case your window happens to get a stress fracture into it. There's just some basic tools that we want to start with. Just grab yourself some silicone. This will be for the window. Grab yourself a rubber-tipped mallet hammer so you don't scratch up your window. A simple fine sanding block will get you where you need to go. And then I like to use one small chisel and then one large chisel to help me pry out this piece here that we're going to take out so that we can replace this glass. So what you're going to want to do is take your smaller chisel and start in the bigger piece. As you get a little bit more room to move this over, it's a little bit looser. Start about the middle, give it a good tap hammer. You want to be super careful because you can scratch this up pretty good if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And then just slowly work your way up without scratching nothing. Just gotta pry this out. Keep some steady pressure against that window so you don't break the plastic there. And then it'll pop right out for you. Set her off to the side and work your way all the way around like a simple puzzle piece. Going along the path of least resistance. And then on this bottom piece, it's going to need a little bit of a working because they silicone it in, but it still will come out pretty easily if you take your time. You got to pay attention to where these shims are inside this window here. They're very vital so that this window does not crack. Again, I believe there's actually always 8 holding that window in place so that it doesn't shift inside that window sash. And then you can use the same chisels you had before. You just got to get a little bit of a space to pop these shims out for you. Nothing too crazy. Don't want to pry on this too hard and break it more. And then you want to take a utility knife and score this silicone that's along the base of this window here, because we're not going to need that to hold that window anymore. And once it's broke free, you can pop that window off. Be careful though, so that you don't cut your hands, because obviously glass is sharp. Double check your shim placement as well. Sometimes they do move, but they will snap back into place. And you remove your glass piece. Set her off to the side. Clean some of this silicone out here. You don't really need that much. All right. And then you'll take your new glass piece. Keep in mind that you do want to put this glass piece in correctly. And a good way to tell is the piece of glass that looks like it's two sheets will be on the inside, and then the tempered glass looks like a seamless one piece. We'll take that window and gently set it inside the frame here. Make sure everything's good. Might have to shift it over a little bit, but it fits good. Set off this side real quick. We're going to want to put a little bit of silicone in the base and where we took off that silicone, just to hold the window a little bit. Nothing too fancy there. About a 1/4 inch bead of window sealant silicone. And you grab your window here. We're going to send her home. And then take your blue shins that you had removed previously, and they will slide right back into the gray slots that you popped them out of. And of course, if you have to, shift that window over a little bit. We'll get these guys in. And this will hold the window nice and snug so that there are no more fractures or cracks. And then once all your shins are in, you can clean up this side here with a little bit of a fine sanding sponge. And that'll get off a lot of the burrs that you may have caused when you're trying to pop that little guy out. And then, the same way, the exact opposite that you took it off, you will pop these pieces right back on. They should snap right back into place because we didn't cut anything. And take your rubber-ended mallets so that you don't break the plastic here, and you just give it a little bit of tap. And on these sides, it's a little easier to bend right in the middle, just like when we took it off, to get it inside that channel there. You don't need to hit it too hard, just enough to pop that channel bit in. Snaps right into place there. Take your sanding sponge real quick. Touch up a little bit of those scratches. And you're done. You can use some of this prep all or really any kind of paint cleaner, tool cleaner, and that can get off any of the excess residue that might have come off on that window. And that's that.